Hello everyone. Claude has become one of the most powerful AI tools out there, but most people are still only using a small part of what it can actually do. They open Claude, type a question, get an answer, and stop there. But Claude can now do much more than that. It can work inside your browser, build interactive tools, connect to your files and apps, and so much more. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 Claude hacks that can save you hours, help you get work done faster, and take you to the next level. So let's get started. The first hack is using Claude for Chrome. Here, Claude is no longer sitting in a separate chat window waiting for you to copy things over. It can work inside the browser with you, it can read the page you are on, move across tabs, compare information, open pages. The real benefit is that your browser becomes part of the workflow. For this example, I'm going to use Claude to compare 4 smartwatches, find all the information, and give me the full summary. So what we need to do first is install the Claude extension. So search for Claude for Chrome and then click on Add to Chrome and add the extension. Once that is installed, open a Google Docs. This is important because I want Claude to put the final output directly into the document. Now we're going to open Claude for Chrome from the extension, and now you can see Claude opens on the side while the Google Doc stays open in the browser. Now I'm going to give Claude the full task. I want it to open the product pages, compare the watches, and put the finished comparison into this Google Doc. So I'll add this prompt, open the product pages, and here I list the 4 watches I wanted to compare: Garmin Forerunner, Coros Pace, Suunto Race, the Apple Watch Ultra. Use only the information shown on these product pages, create a comparison table, and I give it the columns I want it to come back with, and for it to make a final overall recommendation. And now I'm going to enter that, and now it starts to work. It asks for permission before it opens pages or takes actions in the browser, so make sure you check what it wants to do before approving it, and you can see how amazing this is. Normally I would have to open every page myself, check the price, compare the sports features, and then build the table, but here Claude is doing that inside the browser. It is opening the product pages, reading the information, checking what is available, and filling in the columns with the results into the Google Doc. Now, once Claude finishes, you can see we have a proper comparison document. You can see the title, the table, the recommendations, and the final buying advice. And because it is already in Google Docs, I can edit it, share it, or use it as part of a report. So Claude for Chrome turns your browser into an AI-assisted workspace. Okay, so let's move on to hack 2. And this hack is to turn your outputs into artifacts, because sometimes you do not just want a document, you want to build something that people can interact with, and this is where artifacts are really useful. Instead of asking Claude for another written answer, you can ask it to build a small tool, dashboard, calculator, quiz, flowchart, or decision helper. So for this example, I'm going to take the smartwatch comparison we just created and turn it into an interactive decision tool. So let's go to Claude Cowork and enter our prompt. Because my Google Drive is connected to Claude, I can just write at Google Drive and reference my document. Otherwise, you can attach your document to the chat. So in the prompt, I'm telling Claude to create an interactive artifact where the user can choose their priority, like serious running, everyday smartwatch use, battery life, best value, or multi-sport training. Then Claude needs to show the best watch for that priority, the reason, the main drawback, and a short recommendation. I'm also telling it to use only the information we already collected, and if something is missing, to write not listed instead of guessing. So now let's enter the prompt. And now once it's done, you can see it opens up the artifact panel. Claude has built a small interactive tool on the side. So now, instead of scrolling through a long comparison table, I can choose what matters most to me. If I click serious running, it gives me the best option for that use case. If I click everyday smartwatch use, it changes the recommendation. And for each one, it tells me why it fits, the main drawback, who should avoid it, the final recommendation, and below you can see the full comparison table. If I click best value, it shows the strongest option based on the information we collected, and underneath I still have the comparison table for reference. This is why artifacts are such a useful hack. You can turn information into something much easier to use. A report can become a dashboard, a set of notes can become a quiz, a comparison can become a decision tool, a process can become an interactive checklist, and a rough idea can become a simple landing page. Now for hack 3, this one is useful after you have had a long session with Claude, because sometimes the most useful part of Claude is not the final answer, it is the process you went through to get there. For this example, let's say I'm using Claude to create a strategic business report for a small online education business. The business wants to adopt AI properly. So during the session, I ask Claude to help me do a number of things. First, I give it rough notes about the business. Then I ask it to create a report structure. Then I ask it to make the structure more strategic. Then I ask it to write the executive summary. Then I ask it to improve the writing style, make it less generic, create a prioritization table, add risks, create a 30-day action plan, and finally turn everything into a polished report. So this is not a simple one-prompt task. This is a proper working session, and this is exactly where this hack, asking it to reflect, becomes useful, because instead of just closing the chat when I'm finished, I can ask Claude to look back at the full conversation and reflect on everything we did and what should be saved. I'm telling it that this was a strategic business report session, and I want it to look for the parts of the session that are worth saving. So I ask it to focus on the report structure we created, the way we improved the writing style, but I also ask it to identify what should not be saved, because not everything from a long session belongs in memory. Some details are useful for this one report only. The goal is to separate the reusable process from the temporary details. Now I'll enter the prompt. And this is what it comes back with. It does not just summarize the chat, it separates the useful parts into sections. So here you can see save to memory, where Claude picks up things like my preferred writing style and the way I like to work through drafts. Then there is add to writing style guide, where it turns the edits I made during the session into clear writing rules. And the important part is that it also tells me what not to save. For example, the details about this business do not need to become permanent memory, but the structure, the style rules, and the report building method are useful again. So Reflect helps you keep the parts that matter without cluttering Claude with details you do not need later. Now, once Claude has created the Reflect report, I can take it one step further. I'm going to ask it to suggest the best / commands from this session. So here I'm asking Claude to turn the useful parts into commands I can reuse. In this prompt, I'm asking for the command name, what each command should do, when I would use it, what inputs it needs, and what output it should produce. And I'm also telling Claude to only suggest commands that would actually be useful again. Now let's see what it gives us. So here we have something like /AI-strategy for the full report workflow, /prioritize for scoring and ranking options, and /plain for rewriting text in the style we kept asking for. This is the point of Reflect. It does not just help you remember what happened, it helps you turn a long session into shortcuts you can use again. And now I can go one step further. Instead of only saving notes or commands, I can ask Claude to create a full reusable skill from the session. So here I'm asking it to create a strategic business report builder. This skill includes the main tasks we worked through: organizing rough notes, creating the report structure, writing the summary, prioritizing ideas, adding risks, creating the action plan, and improving the writing style. And once Claude creates it, I can save the skill. So next time I need a similar report, I'm not starting from scratch. Claude already has the structure, the writing rules, and the workflow ready to use. That is the real point of this hack. Reflect turns a long conversation into something reusable. It can become memory, a style guide, /commands, templates, or a full skill. So after any useful Claude session, do not just close the chat, ask Claude what is worth keeping. So now for hack 4. This one is about connectors, but this is not just about connecting Gmail or Drive. The real hack is using Claude to pull scattered project information from different apps and turn it into one organized project command center. So for this example, I've set up a project called Path AI course launch. I have a few emails about the launch, a couple of calendar events, and some files in Google Drive, including a launch plan, a checklist, and a registration tracker. Normally this information would be spread everywhere. Some details are in Gmail, some are in Calendar, and some are in Drive, and I would need to open each app separately to figure out what is going on. But with connectors, I can ask Claude to bring the whole thing together. So I'm going to use this prompt. I'm asking Claude to search Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Drive for anything related to the Path AI course launch. Then I want it to create one organized project pack. So I ask for the project summary, the latest updates from emails, upcoming calendar events, key documents from Drive, open decisions, missing information, risks or blockers, emails that need a reply, next tasks, suggested calendar blocks, and a short follow-up email draft. I also tell Claude not to send emails or change my calendar yet. I only want the project pack first. Now I'll enter the prompt. And this is where connectors become useful. Claude is not just looking at one document, it is connecting the project across different places. It can see the emails about pricing, support concerns, and marketing copy. It can see the launch planning meeting and the final review meeting, and it can find the Drive files connected to the launch. Then it brings everything together into one clean briefing. So instead of me searching through Gmail, Calendar, and Drive one by one, Claude gives me the project status in one place. It shows what has changed, what decisions still need to be made, what files I should review, what risks I need to watch, and what I should do next. So you are not just connecting apps, you are asking Claude to connect the dots across your apps. And now for the final hack, Claude Design. I have been using Claude Design for all my projects, and you can watch the full video on Claude Design. But for this hack, I do not want to just create a static graphic. I want to show you how you can use Claude Design to create a short animated video from an idea. So this could be for a course announcement, a product launch, or a lesson intro. For this example, I'm going to create a short course announcement for a course called AI Essentials for Small Business Owners. So I'm going to open Claude Design, and I'm going to add the animation template, and in this prompt I'm giving Claude Design the course title, the audience, the visual style, the length, and the scenes I want in the animation. I'm also telling it to keep the text concise, the design clean, and the motion smooth. So now let's generate it, and you'll see Claude has turned the idea into a visual asset. It creates the opening problem, the course promise, the benefit, and the module cards, and then a final announcement screen with a call to action. So now I have something I could use as a course promo, a landing page animation, a social media video, or a short intro inside a longer video. This is why Claude Design is such a useful hack. You can move from an idea to a designed visual in minutes. So in this video, we looked at 5 Claude hacks that can help you use Claude in a much more practical way. And as you can see, a Claude is not just something you use for answers. It can help you browse, build, organize, reuse, and design. So try one of these hacks this week and see how it changes the way you work with Claude. Make sure you subscribe for more practical AI workflows. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one.